Hey guys, I'm back with part 5 of how to make the exo-skin. Hopefully I can make this short enough where it fits in 15 minutes, so let's start. Start off, I'm going to show you guys how to make the spine. It's probably one of the vital parts to this whole thing. In order to make the spine, you need one of these weird little L pieces. Let's see if I can get this off real quick. Should have did this off camera. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Need one of these L pieces. Let's see, okay, there we go. It has 3 here, and it's not including this hole. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. First off, you put a 5 rod into the first hole going down. See? Put 2 stoppers on both sides, so it should be 1 stopper, the big L thing, stopper, and then another open spot. Right below it, you put a 3-pin. Make sure it goes halfway in, so it should be sticking out on both sides. Next, you take one of these armor pieces, put it on the top. Excuse me. I'm still suffering from my sickness. Okay, you take a 3 rod, stick it into this hole. Make sure this axle hole is lined up with this axle hole. Okay, connect them. Should look like this. Next, you take a Robo Rider body. You get a 3 rod, stick it onto the right here, this little hole right here. Make sure put a 3 rod, stick it halfway, then put a little piece like this. Has the 2 holes in the axle right here. Put it onto the 3 rod. Should look like this. Put it into the part. Put another one on the respective side. Should look like this. Now you take this piece. Make sure this is facing to the back of the body, so it should look like this. Now slide it in. Now you put a a 5 rod into the bottom hole. Make sure it's sticking out a little bit on both sides. Next, you take one of these little weird connection pieces. It has like 3 axle holes. Put one of these little little axles that has a ball on the one side. Stick it into the middle. Stick another 5 rod into the top of it. Now connect it onto the top of that of the rod you just put in previously. So it should go into this. It should connect onto that little rod. Now do the same thing on the other side. Just get a piece that looks like this, another ball, connect it on the other side, so it should finish it off. Now you put that to the side. Next, you get one of these little L pieces. On the top 2 holes, you put one of the, what do you call them, little connector pieces that you use for the Fantoka. Put it into the top 3 holes, so it should look like this from the side. Next, you put what do you call it, 2 3-pins in there into the 2 holes here. Then put a little thick piece that has like 3 holes in it. Should go into like this. Put that into the pin that's up here, so this hole connects into this pin. Make sure it lifts up a little bit. Take another L piece, finish the connection. Now you fold down. Okay. Oh god. I messed up. I'm sorry guys. You see the armor piece right here? just take it off. What is it? You need to move it up one hole. My bad. That was an accident. You need to move it up one hole. So the same connection process, just move it up a hole. So it should have a hole right here. I did that by accident. Okay. Next, you need to build a, what do you call it? This side. No, I'm gonna start from the feet. I'm gonna go down still. Okay. Next, you get a double joint just like this. Put two put two pins on here. Put stoppers on both, so it should look like this. Next, you get a little piece that looks like this, has the hole, and then the axle into the side. Put a 2-pin. Put that 2-pin into the double joint. Should look like this. Plug that into here, into the little axle, the last axle hole on the throwbot body. Next, you get what do you call it? You put a 5-rod into one of these little pieces. It's a dark gray piece with the hole and the axle hole. Put a 5-rod. Make sure it stops. So it should look like this. Connect that into the throwbot body, the last hole where the little double joint's still kind of there, or not connected yet. So connect them. Let's see. It should look like this now. Gonna come back to that after a little later. Next up is the side of the arm. Oops, wrong side. In order to make the arm, you need what do you call it? Well, hold on, I'm having some difficulty searching for a piece. Okay, there we go. First, you start off with a little piece that looks like this. It has the 2 holes, and then the connector in the center of it. Put a 3-rod into the center, so it's sticking out on both sides. Get one of these. It has the 2-pin with a axle hole on the top. Put a 3-pin into that. Then put this pin into the top hole of this. Should look like this now. Next, you take one of these crooked half L's. I don't know, obtuse L thing. Get a good look of it. Okay, you stick the axle into the axle hole in the top. Should look like this now. Next, you get another one of those 2 holes with the axle on the side. Put a axle pin onto the top of it. Should look like this. Next, you take a joint, put a 2 axle onto the top. Connect the 2. Should look like this. Just connect it onto the first hole right here. Let's see. Connect. Then just get another one of those parts and just finish the connection. So just put it on the top. For this part by itself, right here, just get a good look of it without the pin, without this pin. Just do ×2 of that to make the other arm. So you should have another arm that looks like this now. And put another one of those black pins in the same top hole. Okay, so you get 2 of those. Okay. Now I'm just doing that to save time. If you guys are confused, just leave it in the comment. I'll try to fix that. Okay, back to the same. Now with this hole open, put it into this this axle rod. So this this axle into this hole. So they should connect like that. Take the other side of the arm, do the same thing. See if I can get it in there. Okay, there we go. Now you got both the arms kind of hanging out there. Now with this open pin right here, you slide one of these pieces into it. See? has a gap right here, 2 holes. Slide it onto the side of it, so it should look like that. Now drag it over so the bottom hole connects with the pin. It should look like that. Do the same thing on the other side. It should look like that. Next, let me see. You need a piece that looks like this. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes. 7 holes. It's thick. Put 2 blue pins on the second hole from both sides. So it should have a blue pin. It should have a hole, blue pin, 3 holes, blue pin, hole. Should look like that. Put it to the side. Now you just make 2 of these little pieces. First, it's let me see if I can get my finger out there. It has a hole and an axle right here, or an axle hole over here. Plug a 3-pin that has a stopper, a stud stopper, right into the top. Should look like this. Do that times 2. So now you have 2. Now plug it in to take one of them, plug it into the side of it. So the axle should be like next to this hole. So it should look like this. Now do the same thing with the other, but mirror image of it. So it should look like this. Whoops. Now you take these 2 axles, plug it onto the top right here. These 2 holes right here. Just plug it in. Should look like that now. Let me see. Next, you need to make a piece. Put that to the side. Now you need to get one of these. It has a axle on the bottom and a hole in the side. Put a 4 axle into it. Now you get one of these pieces. It's just like the first one, but it has 2 axles. It's an axle on the side and an axle on the top. Now connected so both the holes are in different directions. So this one's facing here, this one's facing the opposite. Okay. Put a blue pin with the axle into this part. Should look like that now. Do that times 2, so you should have 2 of them. Now you take this, the pinhole. Oh, what looks like the time's up. I'm gonna have to make this into a 2-parter. Hope to see you guys for the next part.